All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Kylie. I'm part of the media team with Balance with Us. Today, I have one of our balance instructors. Her name is Lisa. Hi, Lisa. How you doing today?
Hi, pretty good.
Awesome. I'm so glad to have you on here with us. All
Glad to
right.
be here.
Good, good, good. Okay. So we want to ask you a few questions to get to know you and what's going on. Do you have a dog there?
I do. I see him
Aw.
starting over. Do you want to see
Yeah, I
him?
do.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Oh, he's barking. Hi. What's his name?
Linus.
Linus? Oh, he's precious. Hi, Linus.
Linus, you want to be in the video today?
He's got a cameo.
All right,
All
Linus.
right. Awesome. Okay, so you ready to get into these questions?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
You want to be in
first,
the questions? No.
I just want to hear a little bit about your background. Like, what have you done in the past? What brought you to where you are now, and all that good stuff.
All right. So I started teaching yoga in 2010. So I guess it's been about 10 years now. And I started teaching in Seattle, Washington. I had an opportunity to move up there and be a fitness director at a dance studio, um, which actually fell through. But at the same time, I got offered a great opportunity at a gym up there, which breaking into the fitness industry is kind of a big deal in a town like that, where there's a lot of competition. And so they had me doing a lot of really, I guess, exclusive classes that were exclusive to that location. And I got to create my own style because they gave me the freedom to do so. So I've carried that style along my yoga journey. And that started primarily with doing international dance classes, as well as a class called Core Fusion. So I have a lot of, I teach vinyasa, which is a flow, almost dance-like form of yoga, and also yoga classes that focus on the core, um, your core muscles and that sort of thing. I also teach Pilates. So um, as my yoga journey transitioned or evolved, I started working with seniors and getting into a little bit more of the yin yoga style, where you're a lot more mellow than you would be in a core focused fitness type of yoga class. So I've kind of got the gamut as far as what my teaching experience has been and having to do with that journey where I started. Then I got to the point where I moved back to Arizona, which is where I'm from, and opened my own yoga studio. Um, and then I'll just tell you a little bit about how I ended up at Balance. A fellow that was hosting meditation classes at my yoga studio um, was one of the original developers of the Balance app, and he asked me to also teach for Balance. So that's where my journey's led me. So here I am.
That's incredible. It sounds like all your past experiences and the breadcrumbs that got you to where you are today, it's so dynamic. And for me, I get personally excited because I used to take dance my entire life and I just love yoga. And so to have an instructor that kind of is able to balance both aspects of that and be creative in that way, like that lights me up. That's really good to know. Okay, so what types or how long have you been teaching? How long have you been an instructor?
Well, I started doing yoga in the late 90s, early 2000s, because I was also doing dance and Brazilian martial art capoeira. And I kind of just started doing yoga around the same time, to more of the stretching and flexibility part of it. And then I started teaching in 2010 in Seattle. And I started teaching with Balance in March of this year when the pandemic hit and all the regular studios closed. So I thought, oh, I'll start teaching virtual classes. So I'm really enjoying that.
That's awesome. And honestly, like it means a lot to have someone who, you know, the pandemic hit and you stayed on the front lines, you kept offering all the goodness that you have to offer because it makes a difference. Like when people are stuck inside and they need to move their bodies and that energy around. So just thank you for being one of the people who just stayed in action and kept providing your services.
Yes, that's very important.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, so I want to hear what types of classes do you offer now, currently, like with Balance or anywhere else?
So I'm just teaching virtually with Balance right now and happy with that. Um, I'm teaching two classes primarily. I've had another format on the schedule, which was more just to check out times. My times do change, so be sure to look me up. But the one I've been teaching all along is for all levels. And of course, needless to say, it's virtual yoga, but I call it all levels virtual yoga. And that does cater to any level of yogi. So if you're brand new, you've never done yoga before, or maybe you've been practicing yoga for a long time, but you just want a good, well-rounded class where you might learn something new, or you might just revisit things you already know. I like to present the different postures in new and fresh ways. So even if you know a pose, sometimes I will walk you through it a different way or teach you different little tips and tricks on that pose that you might not have known before. So if you've been doing yoga for a while, I encourage you to try that class, and you might be surprised that you've learned something new. And of course, if you are new to yoga, we don't want you to feel overwhelmed by any of the classes. We want you to feel welcome and comfortable in the classes. So I do make beginners feel comfortable as well. So it truly is for all levels.
Oh,
Oh,
that,
and then I mentioned yin yoga in my earlier question, which is a gentler form of yoga. It's not necessarily a beginner form of yoga. It's just gentler in terms of what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing a lot of deep stretches, hip openers. We'll hold the nice deep stretches for a longer period of time than you might in a vinyasa or hatha class, an all levels class. Might cover more in that all levels class, more challenging types of poses. Whereas yin, it's challenging in itself, but it's a way to really get deep. So if you have tightness, maybe you have a sore back, maybe you have tight hips, tight shoulders, um, we're going to kind of zone into those trouble spots that you might have and really stretch deep. So that's the difference between the yin class and my all levels class.
oh,
That one's also good for seniors or people that might have had injuries or something like that.
very cool. All right. Well, it sounds like you have a lot to offer and that you're accommodating to so many, like a broad spectrum of people, from beginners to experienced and practice yogis, and then seniors and people who've experienced injuries. Like I know for me, I have a lot of lower back pain. So I'm like, okay, I need to go check out your yin yoga class because
You
if
should,
it's gonna
yes.
zone in and really focus on those pain points, like that's probably where I need to be. All
I would
right.
encourage you to take that class. Yes.
Oh, I will. I will see you there. And then I have one more question for you. And so if somebody has never tried a live virtual class, what would you tell them? Like to maybe ease their jitters, or if they're on the fence for it, what would you recommend to them?
I would recommend that they definitely try it. I think nowadays most people have probably tried like a fitness video at home. But the difference between doing that and what we offer is that the instructor is live, whereas with the fitness video, it's recorded. Of course, you can probably pause it and that sort of thing, but you can't interact. The instructor doesn't interact with you. Um, Now, it's not the same as a studio class where the instructor might interact to the point of walking over to you and helping you with a modification or an adjustment. So we obviously lack that. aspect of it. But if you have your video on, which is optional, I can see you and then I can give feedback or make a suggestion, especially if it's a smaller class. It's easier for me to kind of work one-on-one with people. We also have private sessions available if you don't want anybody else in the class with you, just the instructor. But it's a great way to, you know, to stay in the comfort of your home or wherever you're comfortable, without having to go to a yoga studio class. I find that most people that I've worked with, although they may be of all different levels, body types, whatever, most people tell me they don't like other people watching them. So if you're in the virtual class, you can watch the instructor, and then it's optional if you share your video. I found that only about half my participants actually share their videos so the others can see them. It's more for me to see you, but for whatever reason, tuning out other people, most of the time those people aren't actually looking at you, they're just looking at the instructor to see the demo. But that's one thing that a lot of people over my years of teaching yoga have kind of expressed to me as a potential concern or drawback from even taking a class. They're worried about what they look like. So you really don't have to. You can turn your video off and you can just be a part of the experience. You're at home, no one else is there. Maybe you're in a room, other people are in the other room, but you're by yourself, just you and the instructor and anyone else that chooses to turn on their video and share their experience. But it's really a great way to practice because it's less intimidating than maybe a studio would be, and more comfortable. You're in your home. So try it.
Totally. No, I love that. And I also love that you mentioned that there's the option for private one-on-one. So
Yes,
anybody who maybe that concern or fear is too big, they have the option of getting that one-on-one attention, whether and keeping their camera on so they can get live in like feedback in the moment and all of that. So I love that you also said that as an option as well. And you know, you have people's comfort in your mind and you're addressing that. So I'm sure that creates a really safe place for people as well.
definitely.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I have for you today, Lisa. And I want to let everybody know that right now we're offering one free class pass to all new users. The link will be put with this video. And if you want to check out Lisa's class, feel free. She's on her schedule weekly. Lisa, thank you so much for doing this with me. It's been so fun to sit here
Good.
and chat with you.
It's been great. Thank you for the opportunity. And I hope someone new takes my class this week. Love to see you in class.
Me too. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.